Before I throw these discs, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Do me a favor. Love all you who have. So spin in the game of disc golf is crucial. It's huge. It's a huge part of the throw. And if you're lacking spin in the backhand or the forehand or sidearm or whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. It's a part of the game that needs to be fixed or dialed in because it helps with a lot of things. They all kind of build on each other, but it helps with a lot of things. And so we're going to dive into the forehand side of things and really just hone in on how to get more spin on the disc in a forehand. Here we go. So whether you're throwing backhand or forehand, if you can generate more spin, it's going to do several things for you. Generally going to want to wobble less. If you're getting a faster rotation, it's going to, accuracy and wobble is going to be kind of hand in hand. If the disc is wobbling less, it's going to be more accurate because it's cutting through the air. It's not flopping through the air. So you're going to create better accuracy. You're going to have less wobble. And you're probably going to throw it further because one, there's less drift on the disc. And two, when you have more rotations on the disc just wants to stay in the air longer. I don't know if it's centrifugal force. I'm not a scientist, but whatever it is, it helps that disc fight its opposite of its natural tendencies to get to the ground. It wants to turn more and it wants to stay on those lines longer. The first thing we're going to start with is baby steps, and then we're going to build on them from there. But before I get too far into the video, I have to give credit where credit is due. There's a little backstory here. If you want to listen to the backstory, it would explain everything going forward. So just stay tuned. I'll try to make this as quick as possible. So if we rewind back to when I started disc golf, all I did was forehand. That's all I did. I was horrible at backhands, and all I did was forehands. It just came natural to me. I just, for whatever reason, picked it up pretty quickly. And that also led me to never research anything about it. I researched a lot on backhands because my backhand form was horrible. It was trash. So I started focusing on putting and backhand, never really even considered researching forehands because my forehands were always probably one of the stronger parts of my game. In doing that, I never watched any videos about them. And last night, this idea dawned on me. Hey, let's make a video about spin on the disc, forehand wise, and let me see what's out there because I don't want to make a video if somebody else has already made a video about it. I seen a video that Paul Ulibarri did. I think he did a very good job, and so we're going to use some of the things that he talked about. I'm going to give him credit. I'm not going to take this credit. This is something that he did, and when he explained it, I was like, oh wow, that makes a lot of sense. So I'll share it with you guys. You can be sure to watch this video. I'll put a little picture right here. But so we're going to start with some baby steps and build on it from there. We're going to start with what he started with, and we're going to start with just a flick of the wrist, and we're just going to try to we're only going to throw the disc 15-20 feet and try to get as much spin on it as possible. And we're going to work on that until we get to the point where the disc is spinning on top of the grass. There. Okay. I'm really just flicking my wrist. That was a pretty good one. So you keep doing that until you get really comfortable with it. It's almost like, if I can explain it, I'm bringing the disc around my hand and my fingers are staying in front of the disc. So it's just, that was pretty good. But you just keep doing that. That's it. And you do that until you feel like, hey, I'm really getting some spin on the disc now. That motion is going to be the same at the very end of your form. That last little flick, some people call this throw a flick, but that last little flick is going to be at the very end of your flight. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to, once you get that down packed, you can start with your elbow in at your side. You can move your arm forward. So now we're taking this, we're putting it on a bigger hinge, and we're doing that. And we should be able to throw it, I don't know, 30, 40 feet. 50 feet, 60 feet, whatever. Whatever you feel like you can do. That was a pretty good one. That was a pretty good one. That was even better. But, and this right here, that's probably something I could do because this will get me a lot better at throwing putters. And all I'm doing is just that right there. And those are fine a decent amount. I felt like I was barely even throwing them. But start with your wrist, that, incorporate the arm, and once you get that and you feel like, okay, wow, I'm not having very much wobble on those, we can take it one step further. And now, instead of starting here and just doing this motion, we can bring the disc back and then bring it all the way forward. And in this case, when you come in, try to just keep the same form you had here to here as when you bring it back. The only thing you do is you're bringing it back now. It just showcases that you don't have to put a lot of power behind it to get it to go very far. And so, just start back. Now that did have some wobble, but hey, we're all practicing, we're all getting better. So, back. And I think the more you do it, that one definitely was a lot better. That one had way more wobble. And when you get more comfortable doing that and you're successfully throwing them without wobble, you're just, that was a little low, yes. And these are putters, by the way, and putters are not my strong suit. And that one had a little bit of wobble, but it still flew really well. And I'm practicing right now as we speak, and I'm enjoying this because putters are gonna really show you where you're messing up. If you get a really fast disc, it's gonna hide those flaws easier. This is pretty interesting stuff. But once you get to the point where you're throwing them and you're feeling more confident, just incorporate the rest of your body, like your lower body and your hips. You just keep this part the same. You just step up, step into it, and then throw it out there. And that should help a lot with spin. But starting at that baby step and just working that disc like 15, 20 feet away is gonna be very helpful. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try to throw one without spin. I'm gonna try to just kind of like not follow through on my throw and see what it looks like in wobble compared to one that I finish and follow through on. So, start right here. I'm gonna try not to finish. So, that definitely had a lot of wobble. And now we're gonna try to follow through. Now, I just try to keep my fingers in front of that disc to help propel it forward. And it's something I do on, whether that's a fairway driver, a driver, or distance driver, putter, it doesn't matter the disc. My grip may change, but my form, as far as at the end of the throw, my form does not change. And so, I hope this helped you. It helped me. I learned a lot. Thank you, Paul Uliberry. Starting with those baby steps and working your way up should definitely help you guys. And I hope this helps you get more spin into your disc. It's the whole goal we're out here to do, is for me to get better, but also you guys to get better. So be sure to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Until I catch you next one, go in peace and be blessed.